afternoon, everyone. You join us live from Jeonbuk World Cup Stadium, ahead of the clash between Jeonbuk and Gyeongnam. We're here for Choi Kang-hee's last game of the season, but first, it is the day after the night before, after an excellent day of K-League 1 football. Pete, what happened yesterday?
Well, I stayed in Gimje yesterday.
Yeah.
I just took myself into my bed, watched both games. I didn't watch Incheon, although it seemed like they played some cracking moves there. Good goal from Magosa to finish it in the 3-1 victory for Incheon, but the match of the day has to be at Sangju. It wasn't great to watch, it wasn't a great spectacle, but the entertainment value, it's the last couple of years in the K-League when I had final day drama. Obviously, top half of the K-League, it doesn't really matter about the results today in the top half, but bottom half, yesterday was dramatic, it was good to watch. And Sangju, they got that 1-0 victory. It means that Seoul finished in 11th, and they'll go into a playoff against Busan.
Yeah, I was just talking about the Daegu 1-0 over Gangwon, obviously, but no, yes, the big news, if you have not heard, is FC Seoul find themselves in 11th place in the K-League 1 after 38 games, and they will be playing a relegation playoff with Busan I-Park on Thursday and Sunday. We will actually be previewing that match in detail on Tuesday. There'll be a live show on our Facebook channel, so if you have any questions ahead of that game and anything you want to say about Seoul, anything you want to say about Busan, get them in, and myself, Paul Neat and Ryan, who will be joining us on Tuesday, we'll get to that there when we preview it in full. But yeah, it was an excellent day of football.
What surprised me about yesterday was Busan's performance, because
I've
watched them their last couple of games before that and they looked tepid. Yesterday they were straight out the blocks. I know Daejeon were missing a couple of players with the two central midfielders, but Busan really surprised me how lively they were. Kim Won-hwan is always going to be a force at that level, and on current form, watching the Seoul's game yesterday, Busan's game yesterday, it's hard to call.
It's very hard to call. It's very hard to call indeed. And yeah, I mean, obviously, there's no bias here at all. Like, I have nothing to say about Seoul being in the relegation playoff, except that it's going to be a very, very entertaining couple of games. But we're not here to talk about Seoul today. We're here to talk about Jeonju Gyeongnam, and there's not really a lot to talk about the match itself, but it's off the field where the talking points lie. And the main talking point today is Choi Kang-hee's last game for Jeonbuk.
Yeah, unfortunately we're not going to see Kim Min-jae or Ma Kao today, both out.
They were both out, not here to celebrate. Well,
both won K-League awards, didn't they? But we won't see those. But Choi Kang-hee, his last game, obviously you've been here, he himself has been here 13 or 14 years, apart from that stint with the Korean national team. Overall, what are your favourite memories of Choi Kang-hee, and what does this day mean to you as a Jeonbuk fan?
Well, for me, I've only covered the team for 3 seasons. I've been here since 2014, so I've only seen him since he returned, really, after the national team, after his ill-fated national team attempt. Obviously, I'm going to say the Champions League. Of course, that's the one that always sticks out in my mind. Jeonbuk winning the Champions League against Al Ain in 2016, that was a big thing. But I think for me, when I started writing for the website, when I started supporting Jeonbuk as well, I always felt that Choi Kang-hee never got the most out of his players. That would be my criticism. I thought Jeonbuk were never fully fulfilled their potential. I always thought they had the good players, but I never thought they were playing in a style that really maximised that really utilised their talents. What I would say is my mind changed about Choi Kang-hee from a tactical perspective in 2017, and that was mainly because due to injuries, due to sales of key players, because no Champions League, they didn't bring in anybody after. They brought in some defenders, they didn't bring any attacking talent. And the way he managed that season in 2017 and the way he's managed this season in 2018, although he didn't have the success in Asia this year, that's where I've really realised his value. He's a pragmatic manager. He's not the most glamorous of managers. He will let Jeonbuk play attractive football, but he will also you know, if the result is the most important, he's quite happy just to grind the result out. And while that can be boring to a neutral, I think the thing I like about Choi Kang-hee is he's pragmatic. The result is paramount, and to have that pressure season upon season and constantly meet it. I know it's easy to say that he's got money, and he's got money that, you know, the club is one of these that continues to invest. And while people point that out as in, well, yeah, Jeonbuk got lots of money, Jeonbuk got wages, it's actually just a continuation of investment. You know, Samsung used to invest in Suwon, GS used to invest in Seoul, all these chaebols used to invest in clubs, but when they've withdrawn their investment, Hyundai Motors have kept up their investment.
We're seeing that today. There's a chance to win a car today.
There is a chance to win a car today as well. If you are here, or if you're not here, well, if you're not here, tough luck. You know, I haven't booked my bus tickets back because I'm very much expected to win that. I guess my point is that despite the money, he's still always delivered. They wouldn't entrust. Not many managers would be entrusted with such investment, season upon season, to deliver season upon season. So yeah, he's got his faults. I don't think the way he handles some players is a particular thing I admire about. I don't really like that. I think he's been too tough on some players that he's had in the past. But the players that do trust him will fight to the end for him. And he's created this mentality in Jeonbuk, which is going to be hard to replicate.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to think that there must be a worry among the Jeonbuk supporters that there must be almost the Alex Ferguson syndrome, where he's been here for over a decade, and then the person who follows that, José Morais, it's going to be hard.
Well, as a Man City fan, I first want to say, do not mention Alex Ferguson in the same sentence as my beloved Jeonbuk. But no, yes, the incoming manager, José Morais, seems like, well, let's first look at how he's been advertised when he's come here. He's been according to the Jeonbuk chairman, signed because of his European Cup winning experience as assistant manager to Jose Mourinho at Inter Milan, Real Madrid and Chelsea. He also worked with Jose Mourinho at Benfica as well. He's got a lot of experience working with Jose Mourinho, but his actual coaching career, Pia, is something to not quite be desired. You've got first-hand experience of this as a Barnsley FC fan.
Yeah, earlier this year, 2018, he was with us for 15 games, which seems to not be an anomaly as far as Jose is concerned. 15 games, I think I went to about 10 of them. Nottingham Forest away sticks out.
Yeah.
That was. I actually took a girl to Notts Forest away.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lauren, if you are watching.
For the game or just for mentioning her name?
But yeah, in terms of what Jeonbuk fans can expect, I think at Barnsley, obviously we're a lower second division side, so any manager's going to find it difficult at that level. It's obviously completely different to Jeonbuk, where he's got the best squad in the league, and he's expected to win most games. Tactically, he was one up front for Barnsley.
Yeah.
He put our best attacker on the left wing, which was the main frustration.
So Kim Shin-wook, if you're watching.
Yeah, Kim Shin-wook, if you are watching, you're going to be left wing back. But I think he lost himself with the Barnsley fans with his interviews, to be honest. They were very repetitive. He kept telling us all to believe when we could see on the pitch there was nothing to believe in.
Yeah.
And that, to be fair to Morais, it might be different here.
Yeah.
Because most fans of the K-League will think Jeonbuk is still going to win most of the games. They're still going to be favourites for the title no matter who's in charge.
When you think by how much of a wide margin, despite being in 3 competitions, despite having the World Cup, despite having the 8 Asian Games, how big of a margin Jeonbuk won the league this year, you can't believe that he's not going to win it again with that squad. Most of the squad are expected to stay. There are transfer rumours of key talents. Kim Min-jae might go somewhere. He's now military exempt. I don't think he will personally, but we'll see. Kim Shin-wook might go follow Choi Kang-hee to Tianjin, but we'll see about that. But most of the core squad is staying. Lee Dong-guk is staying for 1 more year because just why not? Brilliant. He's still one of the top scorers in the K-League, Korean top scorers in the K-League. But yeah, it's a weird one because I think he's going to come unstuck in the Champions League, and I think that's where he'll be found out when he comes up against teams with different strategies to the K-League. K-League managers tend to follow the latest trend usually with their teams, and they're quite easy to predict sometimes in the way they'll approach a game. But you've heard some teams from Japan. The J-League is currently, it's having a renaissance with some of the players they're bringing in. David Villa confirmed today to be going. I think Bissell Kobe. Sorry if I'm wrong, any J-League fans watching. I think Jeonbuk will come unstuck in the Champions League next season, and that's where his falling might be. But I think in the K-League, I think he's just he can just wing it. He doesn't really
That's
need to do
assuming he'll be here that long, because if you look at his record, last clubs he's managed, it's been an average of 15 games at about 6 different clubs.
And this is his third club of 2018. Although technically he won't manage any games this season. Anyway, hear the music playing. The kickoff is almost upon us, but it's not really a game of any importance other than off the field discussion. But for the fun of it, what do you reckon today? Jeonbuk, Gyeongnam, first and second. What is the score going to be?
Gyeongnam are obviously missing their talisman in Markow today. I think the Jeonbuk players have been more up for it, wanting to give him a nice send off to Choi Kang-hee. So, saying that, last 2 games I've been here, Jeonbuk look shaky at the back. No Kim Min-jae today, so I'll go a 2-1 win for Jeonbuk.
I think I'm going to say Jeonbuk are going to win it just because of the occasion. But again, they have been shaky at the back. There's no Kim Min-jae. There's also no Kim Jin-soo either. Although he has been missing for most of the season, so it's not going to be too hard to deal without him today. I'll go 1-up. Yeah, I'm optimistic, man. 3-2, a 3-2 thriller to pull the curtain down on the K-League this season. As I said before, though, we will be back on Tuesday on Facebook to talk about the relegation promotion playoff between Busan Ipod and FC Seoul. I'm going to keep mentioning it just because it's that unbelievable. And sorry, the smile is stuck on. And there is also the FA Cup coming up this week. There is a podcast we've had out last week. You can listen to it. We spoke with our Ulsan columnist Dan Croydon and our Daegu columnist Jung Woo-yeol. They gave some deep insight into Ulsan and Daegu, so I fully suggest you listen to that. It's on all good podcasting apps such as iTunes and TuneIn Radio. It's also on Spotify now if you're looking for it. As for us, we're off in there. So have a good one, and speak to you later.